What's up, guys? We're back. Everyone's back. Here we go. So, Thursday training, what we've got. I know I've got the weirdest outfit on right now. I got socks, slippers, hat. Doesn't make any sense. I don't have an answer for you. So, for today, warm up 3 times through, 30 seconds per station. So, it's going to be a 6-minute warm up here. So, we're going to do 30 seconds of shoulder taps from a pike position. So feet up on a box, get those hips out over your shoulders. We're going to do shoulder taps from here, 30 seconds worth. When you're done, you're going to move into 30 seconds of slow reverse lunges. So step back, really load that front leg, and then again, really focus on standing with that front leg as well. Switch sides, keep the pressure on the front, stand up hard. Next, we have 30-second crab hold. So, no one's favorite thing here. And I'm not feeling very warm right now. My hips should be a whole lot higher. But to make it easier, if you notice, I take my fingers, point them away from my feet. That makes it a lot less intensive on my shoulder. So here I can get my hips up a lot higher. Whereas if I have my fingers towards my heels, it's a little bit more intense as far as flexibility goes on the upper body. So just kind of keep that in mind. Again, harder variation, fingers towards the feet. Easier variation, fingers away. Then you're going to do a 30-second worth of hops to a low object or single unders. So find yourself a plate, whatever. You're just going to jump, rebound to it and from it, or you're more than welcome to grab a jump rope and you can just skip rope for 30 seconds. You're going to go through that 3 times. When you're done, you're going to run out for 2 minutes at a nice easy pace. And at the 2-minute mark, you're going to turn around and you're going to run back and you're going to cover that same distance at a hard pace. So running faster on the way back. That's your warm up. Then when we're done, conditioning, Stonewall riots. You're about to get stonewalled by some thrusters and some jump rope. So what we're going to do, 6 rounds every 4 minutes. For scaling these intervals, you should always be done working by the 3-minute mark. So if not faster, at 3 minutes, you time cap yourself, at least for the first couple rounds. When you get to round 5, round 6, it's okay if you're running a little bit over. But again, especially in those early rounds, I want you to have at least a minute of rest. Now, what you're going to do, you're going to start with a 28-foot handstand walk or bear crawl. So you're either going to walk 28 feet on your hands. If you don't have that, you're going to bear crawl. So we're going to come up on the tippy toes, and we're going to slowly saunter. We're not going to bear run. We're going to bear crawl at a nice, easy pace. Again, tippy toes, weight on the shoulders. When you're done your handstand walk, you're going to go into a set of 19 thrusters. So if you're doing a barbell, I would recommend not going any heavier than 95-65. At most, 95-65. Meaning that you can do these in 2 sets to start, 3 sets at most during the workout. So again, maybe you start off by doing a set of 10 or 12 and then finish them up. By round 3, round 4, maybe you're breaking it up into 8, 6, 5, something like that. But that should be the most that you're doing, is 3 sets to get through your thrusters. Then, if you're doing thrusters with a single arm object, you're going to do 19 reps total. So you'll have a dumbbell on one side or a kettlebell. You'll do 10 reps on one arm. You'll then switch arms and you'll do 9 reps on the other arm. On the next round, you'll just make sure that you start on the side that got less reps in the first round. So again, maybe on even rounds, you start on the right arm, odd rounds, you start on the left arm. After the thruster, we've got our double unders, 69 reps. By that point, your shoulders are going to be fatigued, midline's going to be fatigued, heart rate's going to be up. So these are going to be some pretty challenging double unders. So you have 2 options to scale. For double unders, you can just work to 3 minutes. So if you're like, I know for a fact I am not getting 69 double unders. Whenever you finish your last thruster, let's say it takes you, a minute and a half, 2 minutes to get through your handstand walk and your thrusters, just take a minute and work on double unders. Just get as many as you can, take note of how many you get, and try and beat that number every time. So that's scaling option number 1, is just as many as you can until the 3-minute mark, so that you're guaranteed that 1 minute of rest. Otherwise, what you can do is you can do single unders, same format. You can either do 69 reps Or you can just do single unders up to the 3-minute mark, earning yourself your guaranteed minute of rest. So those are your scaling options as far as the double unders go. A couple things to keep in mind, movement pattern related. So for the thruster, again, whatever you're doing, make sure you have a good front rack position. The object should rest in contact with your body. So when I'm doing a thruster, the dumbbell should rest in contact with my shoulder. The kettlebell should rest in contact with the outer part of my arm. Or the barbell should be in contact with my clavicles the whole way through the squat. So all the way from here, all the way below parallel, and until I get to full extension of the hip, that object should be in contact with my shoulder. And then I shouldn't start my squat until, boom, it touches again, and then I go into my next rep. And again, thruster is going to be a full squat into an overhead press, using the energy from the squat to help feed the press. Then for your double unders, most important is hand positioning. And the best way to do this without a coach there, which will be back soon, only like another week and a half. But the only way to do this is to have someone watch you or take a video. Pop your phone up and just see where your hands are. Film from the side. Your hands should always be slightly in front of the hips. So I'm talking like an inch or so, not too far. We don't want them out here, but they should be slightly in front of the hips and they should be rotating here the entire time. When I make my circle, again, a video might be great to see this. You should be able to see the circle being made from the wrist, which means that the elbow and the shoulder don't move much. So when I'm going through a jump rope, it should look like that. It should not look anything like that, where I'm making these giant sweeping circles from front to back or from up to down, either one. So that's your workout today, conditioning. Afterwards, we have a little bit of shoulder love, some core love for the accessories. So you're going to do 3 times through. We're going to do 15 front raises, 15 lateral raises, and then 15 reverse flies. So the front raise, you can do this both arms at a time or one arm. We're just going to raise with a slightly bent elbow, just a couple degrees, up to parallel to the ground, back down. Then we're going to do 15 lateral raise, same thing, slight bend in the elbow. Arms come out to the side, just to parallel to the ground. Then I'm going to go my reverse fly, so hinge over, back's nice and flat, just winging out to the side, same thing, striving for parallel to the floor. All of those can be done with light weight, and you might not need much weight at all. You know, grab some household objects, should be more than enough. After that, you've got 15 overhead weighted sit-ups. So for those, I'm going to start in a locked out position overhead, holding some object. You can even just hold a PVC pipe, that'll make it perfectly challenging. Hold the object overhead. You're going to lean back to a bench press position. So I'm going to lean back to here, and then I'm going to sit up and press my head back through. So normal speed, here, back up. So what it does is remove any assistance that you might be gaining from using your arms, and it also adds a mobility component, and it makes, the weight feel about as heavy as possible. Think about it like an overhead squat versus a front squat. Overhead squats feel significantly more challenging because the weight's further away from your center of mass. So that is your accessory work. Then all we have left, sadly, is a 90-second twisted cross and a 2-minute saddle pose. So for the twisted cross, we're going to hit the deck, arm out to the side, foot comes up and across, stretching out the bicep and a little bit of the low back. Both sides, 90 seconds. And then I'm going to finish it up with a saddle pose. So sitting on the tops of my feet, leaning back here, getting a nice little stretch for all of the joints in my lower body, as well as my quads and my hips. So that's your training for Thursday. Enjoy. As always, tag us, palace.fitness, forged by Zeus, and I will see you guys back tomorrow with a much better outfit.